In a powerful show of strength and precision, dozens of U.S. Air Force F-15 Eagle fighter jets roared into the bright midday sky in a massive, coordinated military operation that sent shockwaves across the international defense community. Among the pilots soaring into the clouds was a trailblazing female aviator, a symbol of courage, skill, and the ever-evolving role of women in modern combat. The thundering sound of afterburners echoed for miles, shaking the earth beneath as the powerful machines accelerated down the runway, lifting off one by one in flawless timing. The mission had been meticulously prepared, and now it was unfolding with stunning force. The scene at the airbase was one of high intensity and calculated coordination. Under the searing sun, rows of ground crew members moved swiftly around the jets, securing weapons, checking fuel levels, and performing last-minute system diagnostics. The female pilot, wearing her customized flight suit and helmet with visor down, moved toward her jet with purposeful steps, radiating focus. She performed her pre-flight inspection with precision honed from years of rigorous training and operational experience. As the signal was given to proceed, she climbed into the cockpit and strapped in, her mind locked onto the mission ahead. The launch was not merely symbolic, it was strategic. More than 30 F-15 fighters were mobilized across multiple airbases in a tightly synchronized effort. From the moment the first engines ignited to the final takeoff, every second was choreographed like a high-stakes ballet in the sky. The fleet lifted off in stages, quickly forming combat formations above the base, their gray wings slicing through the sky like steel arrows. Each jet was heavily armed, loaded with a diverse payload of air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions designed for a wide range of contingencies. Military analysts watching the live feeds from command centers described the event as one of the most aggressive and well-orchestrated F-15 launches in recent memory. Defense officials emphasized the importance of maintaining aerial readiness, particularly in light of ongoing global tensions. The female pilot was assigned to a lead squadron, her jet positioned prominently at the head of a V formation. Her role was not just tactical, but also symbolic, representing the changing face of America's military strength and the growing impact of female leadership in combat operations. Inside the cockpit of her F-15, the female pilot monitored an array of digital readouts and tactical displays, adjusting her instruments as she climbed to combat altitude. Her heart pounded beneath her flight vest, but her hands moved steadily over the controls. She initiated communication with her squadron, her voice firm, clear, and confident. As they approached the operation zone, she issued formation adjustments and coordinated target scanning protocols. Every maneuver was executed with surgical precision, nothing left to chance. Back on the ground, air traffic control towers and command units were buzzing with radio transmissions and real-time intelligence reports. In multiple coordination hubs, officers tracked the fleet's movement via satellite imaging and radar overlays. The female pilot's flight data was being monitored carefully, not to question her capability, but to study and learn from one of the Air Force's most skilled aviators in action. She had previously earned commendations for flight excellence, and this mission was another chapter in her distinguished service. While specific mission objectives remained classified, military insiders hinted that the operation was meant to send a clear message to potential adversaries. The scale of deployment and the sheer speed of mobilization suggested a major show of force in response to threats in contested regions. The female pilot's role in guiding one of the lead formations reinforced America's commitment to defending its interests with unrelenting resolve. Her involvement added both credibility and symbolism to the mission's broader strategic goals. As the fleet passed over open sea and approached high-risk airspace, conditions began to shift. Turbulence and wind shear tested the pilot's skills, but the F-15 jets responded with the kind of agility and power that has made them legendary in aerial combat. The female pilot led her flight group into a tactical formation, executing a complex sequence of bank turns and high-speed altitude changes. Her command presence was evident in every movement, every call, every reaction. Throughout the operation, the pilots remained in constant motion-adjusting altitudes, reconfiguring weapon systems, and reacting to real-time developments. The female pilot, despite the exhausting conditions, maintained peak performance, staying alert and focused through hours of non-stop aerial maneuvers. Even at high G-forces, she retained clarity of thought, handling her aircraft as an extension of herself. Eventually, after completing their objective sweep, the squadron received orders to return. The female pilot brought her F-15 around in a broad arc, guiding the formation back through coordinated air corridors. As they descended toward the runway, the jets maintained their spacing with stunning discipline. One by one, they landed on the tarmac, tires screeching slightly before slowing to a halt. The operation, though still classified, had been a resounding success. As her aircraft taxied into its designated slot, the female pilot powered down her systems, removed her helmet, and stepped down to the runway. Her expression remained focused and composed. Around her, ground crew and officers exchanged knowing glances. They understood what she had just achieved. Her leadership in the skies had been undeniable, her professionalism unshakable, her skill unmatched. Military officials released only a brief statement about the mission, praising the pilots involved and hinting at further operations in the region. For now, the details would remain secret, but one thing was certain. The image of a female F-15 pilot taking off at the head of one of the largest air operations in recent years had become an icon of modern military power, readiness, and evolution. This historic flight reaffirmed the U.S. Air Force's dominance in the skies and the unwavering dedication of its personnel. With women like her in the cockpit, leading with excellence, determination, and strength, the future of aerial combat has never looked more formidable.